Dylan!
He's pulling his cock out!
Hi everybody, I'm not doing that, but I am back to play some more PSO2 story. So, but I am back. Okay, good, the audio check is good. It's going through. But yeah. Hope everyone's doing well and having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, wherever you are. Let's get back into it, shall we? Another episode of Phantasy Star Online 2. And I would say we're starting episode 6, the final episode of PSO2 story. But no, because we have to do the, we got a sub-story quest to unlock yet again by doing the post-game or post-episode storyline, a raid quest. Little, like, the urgent quest, which can be triggered with a, you know, little trigger device. Also known as a trigger quest, but they're the same thing. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Put it on the easiest difficulty, just like we did with the battleship and the other one we did. The last two we did to unlock more story content or whatever. And we're just gonna blaze through that. We're gonna see the sub-story scenes, and then we're finally moving into episode 6. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but it really shouldn't be that long. 15-20 minutes probably to clear the quest. But first, we're gonna do something we haven't done in a little while. We're gonna do our little degeneracy check-in in NGS. I know what you're thinking. Why is there 2 Zeras? And my answer to that is... Shh, don't ask questions. I'm experimenting.
Bruh. What? You bastard! What the fuck?
Like I said, just don't ask questions. But before we switch over to classic PSO2, there was something kind of funny I saw when I was finishing up Zara's design the other day. I think I might have done this before last stream, but I totally forgot to mention it. So, when I was wrapping up her design, I saw that there was, and I might have briefly mentioned it, I saw that there was there's basically built-in social media into this game. It's called the Lookbook. I discovered the Lookbook and I decided to go ahead and register Zara into the in-game social media to see what would happen. And here's what I got. And she's already blown up on it. She's got 53 likes, 63 views, and the search tags I gave her. I put heroic, regal, Valkyrie, because that's the main theme of her whole persona, her outfit and everything, right? That's what she's meant to represent. That's what she is in FF14, that's what she is here, right? But then the comment, I just decided to say angelic warrior goddess that enjoys shopping at Hot Topic, and also Leon's wife.
What? You bastard!
Son of a... Because why not? I thought that was pretty funny. The fact that basically you can... What is a throwaway character? But yeah, the fact that this game basically has its own built-in social media. I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, let's get the hell out of here. We'll get on with it. I can't remember if I mentioned that last time or not. Hi, Pizza Maid! You made it just in time for an SMH! There we go. She caught my ass again, doing degenerate things. Again, don't question the two of them there. Shh. Your eyes are deceiving you, there's only one. How you doing, Pizza Maid? I can hear that right there. The Pizza Maid's like, yeah, sure. Whatever, dude.
Oh, shit!
You know what I did forget to show? Shit, and I can only see it in the NGS blocks too. I customized my ARCS ID. That was the other thing I forgot. But it doesn't, I guess you have to customize 2 different ARCS IDs because I tried to check it here and it's different. Like, if you look at it here, this is the one I made back in June. Or back shortly after I started the game. Not exactly on June 16th when I started, but see, I just have the interest there, and I have unadulterated wholesomeness, right? And then this is all I have for the comments and symbol art, is that there's nothing here, really. So. But there's a different one I actually, on the NGS blog, that I actually, yeah, it's interesting because you can look at the lookbook thing from here. So the lookbook thing I just showed from NGS, that actually can be accessed. You just won't see your character doing their emote because the majority of the emotes are NGS only. Hold on, Pizza Maid. Hold on. just give it a second. Pizza Maid, please. Do you think that lowly of me? No, it is not Zara. It is Leon, but he's saying, "Greetings, milady."
Look at this dude.
It's just greetings, milady. It's just Leon being a gentleman. That's it. It's just me being a gentleman. Any ladies who look at my arc site, he's just a humble greetings, milady. A tip of the hat, you know. Give it time when you find the pose you want. Look, you can't put a. Art is a very complicated thing. It comes from the soul. You can't censor art, you know? Like, when you find something you like, you know, it's just the heart knows what it wants. You have to, you kind of just gotta go with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Which is my way of saying yes when I find the pose I want. Exactly. You gotta find toilet paper. That's a big problem, yeah. Gotta get the toilet paper, man. Oh, right, I moved that button somewhere else. To wipe the bullshit out. That is so fucking gross. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not just laughing at the soundboard effect. I'm laughing because right after you said that, Pizza Maid, I just pictured. Well, I was gonna say something and it made me picture something, which made me laugh. I was gonna say when you said to wipe the bullshit off my mouth, it's like, yeah, that sound right there is the sound of shit just coming, bullshit just spewing from my mouth as I say all that stuff, and Pizza Maid's calling me out on it. The visualization of that just made me start laughing. Along with the sound effect, of course.
Quest are you up for?
Okay, we gotta do this trigger quest.
Welcome. Come on and have a gander at these bargains.
Can I buy another one in case I fuck this up? No, it's not here. Shit. There's only like 3 or 4 trigger quests that appear at a time in this shop. And you have to... How much do I have to... Okay, so every day it resets. So it's back to 10. Okay, good. It resets back to 10 star gems. And then it kind of goes up. At the end of last stream, we saw that. The price just goes up and up and up exponentially, which is really bad. But we ended up getting the one we ended up getting the trigger quest we needed for the...
Which quest are you up for?
The story quest for episode 5 for this one. Yeah, the Malevolent Void. We gotta complete that. So let's do that now. I think it's subquest, right? Trigger quest. Oh shit, I put it away in the
Come back anytime.
I put it in my storage. I always mean to check that NPC out and then I forget, yeah. I'm locked out of a sub-story quest because I gotta do this trigger quest. It's not the first time. In episode 4, they just gave me the battleship trigger quest for that one guy, the nerdy tech guy who summons the battleship. But for episode 5, they didn't give me one. I had to buy it just like that, but I got lucky that it was right there. I think I only had to refresh the list once. This one, I had to refresh the list like 4 times. It cost me a lot of star gems. I did it at the end of last stream. That was a good line though, Pizza. I gotta say, wipe the bullshit off your... That was a good one. Oh my god. Okay, let me see. Where did I put it? I'm still dwelling on it. Use it on Sam often. Sounds like a fun household, honestly. When he runs his mouth. Pizza Mate's just like...
Do bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a search because I forgot where the hell I put it. I don't even know why I put it away. I knew I was gonna use it the very next stream, but... I put it in character storage. That makes sense. I can see why I put it there. Alright, my biggest fear... I know there's a time limit, but I'm confident with the difficulty setting being at its lowest that you know, I'll be able to beat it in the time limit. My biggest fear is disconnecting. Because they said under no circumstances do they give you this trigger quest thing back after you use it. So I hope my internet really does not go out or we're fucked.
Which quest are you up for?
Let's get this done before something like that happens. A Malevolent Void, level 40 and up. Okay, so it's gonna be, you know, slightly more challenging than the last one, because the last one's minimum level was 20, this one's 40. So we saw the cutscene introducing this at the end of last stream. Shiva was like, let's see how they handle this or whatever, and she was kind of surprised by it too. By this happening. Destroy Darkfall's persona. Though he should have been destroyed, we have picked up readings of Persona the Masked in an area of altered space. The entity maintains strong residual resentment and has assumed a novel form. ARC's operatives are to deploy to the region and stop him before he destroys the entire universe. Which, if he did, Shiva would just sit back and be like, well, I guess I didn't have to do anything. I always thought triggers are easy to pick up through gameplay. If they are, I'm doing something wrong because I've never found the trigger quest item ever. I know I'm pretty sure the game just gave me the battleship one during episode 4 as a reward for completing a story quest, but those rewards are one time per account. So when I decide to play through this story again on another character like Zera, I won't be getting another free one, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye out on the shop to buy another one. I say that's whatever. Oh, and before we get going, shout out to Pizza Maid for calling me out on my bullshit, and for coming by. It's been a while. It's yesterday, like it's been a while since I've seen you here, so thank you for coming by. But yesterday I was on your stream, which, by the way, for those of you who watch live, that's why yesterday's stream was canceled. I wanted to go hang out with Pizza Maid. She played this game. She played PSO2, and it was a super fun stream. I recommend everybody check it out. Yesterday was super fun, Pizza. I felt kind of bad though. I want to say this real quick. I felt kind of bad because I yeah. And that's okay. I've never told you that before, but I've actually canceled multiple times whenever I wanted to go play with you on your stream. Which I know that probably has a lot of people going like, you son of a bitch! You simp? No, it's not that. It's just I genuinely have fun on Pizza Maid streams. So I've canceled a few times for PSO1. That was the first time I've canceled to play with you on PSO2. Because the last time you played PSO2, I was barely getting started, so. I should have just kept streaming then joined me in voice chat, dude. I'll keep that in mind for next time. But honestly, it's just, I didn't want to like, I guess I didn't want to just like force that on you or anything. I kind of just wanted you to let you, I just kind of want to let you shine with your own stream, and I just kind of wanted to join and have some fun with you, you know? But yeah, if you know, if that's an open invitation, I'll take you up on it next time, yeah. We can do a little mini collab, yeah. Yeah, you get a pizza. I didn't want to like force that on you or something. Streams are always fun with friends. Yeah, next time we could do that for sure. I mean, now that you're giving me permission, sure. We could dual stream, be in voice chat on Discord. That'd be a lot more fun. But I got derailed. I wanted to say the reason I even brought that up is because I wanted to say I felt kind of bad that I followed. I know we were just having fun and it's fine or whatever, but like I still low-key felt a little bad when I went along with Arliss's trolling sometimes. He was a bad influence on me because he would say things and then I'd just go with it, and then I was like, okay, I feel like I'm picking on Pizza Mate too much. I felt bad when you were having your moments, you know. We were like scuff stream because you had your audio muted and so much shit was happening. It was hilarious. It was pretty funny. I'm glad you liked it though. I'm glad you found it funny. But there was a part of me that was like, all right, you know what? I gotta dial it back a little bit. Like, this is getting to be too much. I was like, we're getting it up on Pizza Mate way too much right now. Between scuffing, the beauty of being a VTuber is scuffing and raging. Well, chat loves it and I'm all good. at least you enjoy Pizza Mate. It's good to know. But yeah, that's why I did the head crab thing. I was like, I need to do penance. I need to offer my soul with the head crab as an apology to Pizza Mate because I felt like I was ganging up on you too much. But I'm glad you took it in stride though. Do you know where that head crab emote is from? I know I'm derailing a lot right now, but like, it's just, I don't know if I got it from a scratch. I don't know when I got it. Maybe just from a daily login thing I was doing. I've been playing this game since June now. So maybe just from logging in daily, they were doing some kind of collab or something, and there was an emote in there that was a head crab. I don't know. I just looked one day and I saw that in my emails. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, it's just this ugly ass like alien crab that just grabs onto your head. I'm like, where's this from? When did this get into my emotes? Freaky looking. I think I showed that on stream already. Yeah, it must have been some kind of random AC prize, but it's just there. I'm just like, what the hell? Yeah, maybe it was from one of the free ones they were doing for a while back when I first started or something. Because I can't find it anywhere in the scratch tickets now. So it must have been like an old one that they did back then when I first started playing. I just happened to get it and didn't even realize. Anyway, let's do this quest. The Malevolent Void. So yeah, the minimum level for this is level 40 and up. We should be fine though. Look at all these difficulties. Normal, hard, very hard, super hard, extremely hard, ultra hard. FF14 is finally going to start doing this, or they're hinting at the fact that they're going to start doing this with their content now. Moving forward. Because they realized having all of their content segregated isn't doing the community any favors anymore. Because like every other patch is the hardcore raids. A lot of casual players don't touch those. So there's no content for them. Every other patch besides those is Alliance raids, which is more for the casual players, but then there's nothing for the hardcore players unless they release an ultimate raid, which doesn't always happen. So they're looking into doing something like this now for FF14, where they're experimenting already with the new deep dungeon they're going to come out with very soon. They're going to make it so you can adjust different difficulty parameters. So you're still running the same exact dungeon, which deep dungeons are randomized anyway, but you're still running like the same content. You're just tweaking the difficulty however you like, and it does affect the rewards. But it's, you know, not too different from this. I think that's actually a really good idea, and I hope they pursue that, and I hope they do it right. For FF14, I mean. Taking more PSO ideas. Yeah, and the thing is, it's an old idea. Like, this idea, like, this is literally from PSO 1. PSO 1 lets you do everything on different difficulties. Normal, hard, very hard, and ultimate. So it's like... It's very old ideas that even other MMOs already do too. But FF14's finally catching on to it. It's just like, alright. Hey, better late than never, right? Anyway, let's do this. I did this before. If anybody watching actually wants to join, I will make a coherent password. It's crest, capital C. We'll do that. And then we're off to the races. Okay, here's the part that makes me nervous. Accepting this trigger quest will consume the items below. You have up to three times you can re-accept within the first 3 minutes, unless you actually launch the quest. Doesn't tell you that. So if I disconnect within the first 3 minutes, you know, it's all good. But after the quest starts, or after those first 3 minutes, that trigger, it's gone. Like, we have to finish, otherwise we're screwed. And we can't even get back in if we disconnect. That's the scary part. Yeah, see, it says it will not be returned to you for any reason, so let's hope this goes well. Crossing our fingers. Here we go.
Good luck.
The Malevolent Void. Oh yeah, I reached level 100 off stream the other day. I guess I forgot to mention that. This guy's name is Sephiroth, but he looks like Zack. I think I've seen him before though. He might just be taking a little break from being Sephiroth. Like, I've seen him actually cosplay as Sephiroth. Like, I've seen an actual Sephiroth walking around. Are we gonna see Shiva talking shit and heckling us? Or was that just for that scene before this? Nah, it's just for the scene. They're replaying this.
He's pulling his cock out!
Hopefully not, but... Oh, I need to feed weapons to my mag. They're taking more PSO ideas. Those bastards. Oops, I got a deck support. Oh well. It's not like I don't have a near infinite amount of EX cubes to lower it or whatever. This. Oh yeah, I haven't done my dailies yet. I usually do those in the morning, but today's been a busy day. Alright, here we go. These are usually very chaotic and hectic, because they're meant to be like alliance raids, essentially. 12 people taking on a big threat. So, the episode 4 one was pretty fun. The Deus Esca tree or whatever.
Arx is preparing to fully mobilize for an Mothership Shiva. All Arx operatives should prepare for deployment immediately.
The Arc support system. In this quest, support effects equivalent to Arc support system level 3 are in play from start to finish. Oh, is this like the Echo? Oh, this is exactly like the Echo in FF14. You get a buff to help you finish in case there's like not enough players, or because it's old content, other players might not be around, yada yada. So it's to help you be able to finish it, I guess. Yeah. I wonder why this isn't a thing for the previous ones we did though. We didn't get this message on the other ones. It says use the powerful support effects to the fullest and clear this quest. Okay. Yeah, so it's exactly like the ecosystem in FF14. It buffs you up for old content because it's harder to find people to help you, so it's, you know, helps you finish with less people or with lower stats. The trigger quest acceptance window has ended. It's on. That Mothership Shiva urgent quest keeps... It's like the only one popping up in the last few days. We're not seeing any other ones anymore, for some reason. Begin strike preparation. Here we go. This is gonna be fun. Dude, look at our health bar and shit.
Your objective is to destroy Darkfall's persona, which is hiding within altered space.
Maybe this is what Elmir was shit talking about when he died.
The target is trying to destroy the entire universe. All Arcs must pool
Entering altered space. There he is.
Code due.
Defeat Dark Falls Persona. We got an hour to do this.
What lies ahead is a
Target
series
detected.
of revelations.
Staggeringly massive reading. Don't let it leave this spot.
Holy shit! Oh, this is trippy, man. I can't even see where the arena ends and starts. Only by looking at the map. Get out of the bed! His weak spot is his head.
Time to tag out.
Oh, he did a time stop! Take the mask.
Wasn't supposed to happen.
Target's vitality is decreasing.
That's what happens when you fuck it up, yeah. It dies.
I am Persona.
Hero, you're straight up broke. Right? I used to wonder why they didn't let you pick a subclass for this class, and now I know why. Oh shit! Can't move. That did a lot.
This darkness will render all destinies lost.
Can't let the target
Can't reach
get
him.
that move off. You have to stop it.
The shadow of darkness will linger.
It won't be long now.
Jesus.
Target's off balance. Now we're scared.
This is but one outcome.
Why not? I finished them off with a dark blast. I didn't expect that.
Dylan!
Target beams are gone. You've successfully driven it off. Thank goodness for that.
Yes, we did it!
Now head on back.
Completed!
Oh god. I never realized how broken this class actually was, Pizza, until I saw you playing yesterday. When I saw you do the Tokyo bonus silver keys, I think you did a silver key and a gold one, right? Or no, you did a Rappy Fever and a silver key, and I saw how long it took you. I was like, dude, I'm usually done with this in 5 seconds. Like, I just do this, and everything is dead in less than a minute. And I saw how long it took you to do the silver and the Rappy one, and I was like, okay, so Hero really is a crowd control, like an overpowered crowd control machine, because this is a very different experience what I'm seeing right now. Oh, sorry, I didn't even use my ultimate. Let me put some stuff away so I can actually pick up the rest of this shit. Yeah, that's the other thing is, like, these Scion classes, they come with their own photon arts. But for the older classes, you have to find the discs. And then you have to find not just the photon arts, but like high-level versions of them so that they can be really effective too. I think Scion classes in general are just like broken, I think. Safe to say. Okay, let me just put this stuff away for now so I can pick up everything else. I'll deal with the logistics of this later. The stream might go a little longer than usual. Because I think tomorrow the 1.5 times EXP event for the week starts on Affinia. So tomorrow I might start Affinia streams again for an entire week like we used to. So I might go a little longer for this, so we can get a little bit more story done since we'll be taking a week off of this, if that's true. Oh, sorry, I forgot I was working on that. Yeah, let me check, actually. I meant to check this earlier, and I never did. Yes, right now it's on rare drop rate plus 25%, so the EXP week does start tomorrow. Yep. For Affinia. Okay. Well, that was fun. I like the big ass extra buff they gave me for my HP and photon energy. The echo thing that I was talking about. That was nice. Like, man, I gotta log on Maggie. Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about this Pizza Maid. So is Project Pioneer 23 just for the Pizza Maid character? And then when it's not Project Pioneer 23, like you play as Maggie? Or how does it work? I've been trying to figure it out. When you stream it, I mean. Not when you log in offline, obviously. Okay. Margarita. Pioneer 23 pizza. Okay. Road to 200 is Maggie and ults. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna sell these because. For everything else, let me check if I can turn anything into the swap shop. No, you get more. You get better stuff from the Tokyo bonus keys or whatever. Yeah, this stuff is mostly worthless. I'll feed it to the mag. Yeah, it's mostly because I'm on a low level 40 or whatever. You want the good stuff, you got to play on the higher level stuff. But we were doing this mostly for story, so it's totally fine. I might keep. Hold on, yeah. Let me keep one of these. I'm thinking ahead for alts. Yeah, keep one of these. Those are a weird set of submachine guns, but I'll take them. A Talus. Okay. Last night was a Pioneer 23, but wanted to log on Pilanoa, and so I said it's my channel, I can make that call. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've done stuff like that before. It happens, you know, sometimes at the last minute you're just not feeling it, what you originally had planned, so you do something else. Okay, I guess I'll keep that. Void Aerobite fragment? Don't know if it's important, I'll keep it for now. Well, that takes care of another daily. That was an accident, but I usually use those for my dailies anyway, so that's fine. I can use some of those on my ults now too. Yes, there's a reason there's 2 Zeras. I'm trying to maximize. I'm trying to farm Tokyo bonus keys essentially, so I can raise up my now that hero's at level 100, I want to raise up Hunter and Fighter on this character, so I can prepare myself to fight Phalig and actually take her down. So I'll be using Hunter to do it. So I'm thinking of using the other 2 Zeros essentially, get them to a high enough level that they can farm the Tokyo bonus keys with the dailies, and then give them to Leon and use him as a hunter. So Ball always makes me super nostalgic, so I just want to play the OG. Oh, okay. If you farm them, be mindful they have expert. Yeah, it's like a week. Yeah, what I usually do is I already did it on this character. I farm them the entire week, and I have one designated day of the week where I use them all. Saturday is when I usually do it. So Saturday mornings, I get my morning routine done in real life, and then I log in and use all the keys I collected that whole week. Yeah. Sometimes I end up with a few golds. I got my second rainbow one. I did that one on stream. Yeah, actually, if you... Oh my god. I forgot which stream it was. A few streams ago, I did a rainbow key. I mean, if you see that, you see me do that as a hero, you realize how broken this class, yeah, like, really is. Like, I just... everything just gets destroyed so fast. To me, it was just normal, because this is the only class I've been playing ever since I moved on from Hunter. So I never really saw how broken it was, because it was just normal for me. Tell me more about the keys that aren't silver. Hey, I've only gotten 2 rainbows, but I do get a lot of golds too. A few. A handful. Rappy Fever keys are from the weeklies. You know, those are nice. Tokyo bonus key gold from the daily grind. You know, I'm kind of feeling it. Let's just knock that out real quick. Let me see if, before we move into episode 6, let me see the cutscene for the Malevolent Void. And then we'll knock out the dailies right now, because I'm kind of feeling it. And then we can go into episode 6. But let me... Yeah, if we're gonna do that, let me fix my inventory. So, I put away the things I wanted to keep. I can sell everything else that I can't beat to the mag. I'll get rid of this.
The assault operation on Mothership Shiva is now underway. This is the final battle. All ARC's operatives, please report to the quest counter for deployment.
Spoiler alert! This game has spoiled itself to me many times already. It's like, well, we know who the final boss of episode 6 is gonna be. She already introduced herself. Remind me, when you start as hero, do you start at level 1 or 75? You start at level 1. So even though you unlock it by getting 2 classes at 75, it starts at level 1. I had to level it up using my dailies and stuff when I first switched over to it. But you level up so fast. You know Zera? I don't know what level... I don't know if you remember what level she was by the time I finished playing with you. Yesterday, it was like... She wasn't even level 30 or something like that. I already used the keys that I got when playing with you yesterday. I used them before going to sleep yesterday, and she's already like level 45. So she's already almost at 50. Just from using those keys. And she started at level 1 yesterday. In less than 2 to 3 hours, she's already almost level 50. From level 1.
Which quest are you up for?
Okay, let's see the... This is probably the conclusion to the raid quest we just did. Avoid Persona, the masked incarnates. We're gonna get a Chronos Eternus Stone and 50 Star Gems. Oh, let's see. Yeah, leveling does go fast.
I've lost the Dark Ball's signal. But why did it appear in this world now?
Even Shiva doesn't know. How the hell am I supposed to know?
You want us to explain why?
I mean, I figure you might know something.
We don't have a clue.
Not even an inkling.
Persona is fundamentally different from us to begin with.
They're an alternate version of you, so you're barking up the wrong tree.
It's true that Persona seem to lend you their power on Omega. However, Persona isn't here.
Rather, there's barely any Persona left.
Hardly anything to them.
Could it be that perhaps this persona was somehow drawn to the remnant inside you?
Abominable, aren't they?
The Persona you fought has no soul. Nothing but a husk. But there's still a dark falls. Leave them be, and the universe will be corrupted soon enough. Can't very well stand idly by, can you?
They keep getting more powerful, making everything worse, huh?
Oh, so much worse. Why do you have so much pull anyway?
I
Well,
don't know.
you better try your best. After all, if you die, I go with you.
Oh, that'd be a shame, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's not die then. Leon's like, bruh. No comment from Shiva, I guess. He was in the cutscene leading into that, but nothing afterwards. That's it, now we're fully finished with episode 6. Or sorry, episode 5. I wonder if the background and the music is going to change when we go into episode 6. No spoilers, but we'll figure it out soon enough. But first... we got a date with Destiny. Oh, we're getting some more likes. Nico. Nico, hello. We can't see their actual... oh, they want head pets. Head pets, please. Okay. We can't see what they're actually doing, because only on NGS can you see most of the emotes in the game. But that was basically a like for, you know, for Zara. See, she's not doing her pose, like we just saw a little earlier. Do you like this comment, Pizza? My description for her? An angelic warrior goddess that enjoys shopping at Hot Topic and also Leon's wife. She's the... I forgot to say that earlier. She's the new leader of the harem. The Leon Starcrest harem. She's besties with Matoi. They get together and chit-chat. You know, they talk about Leon. And they keep all the other chicks in the harem in line. Make sure they don't get out of hand. Tenchi Leon. I don't know that reference. But yeah, Zara and Matoi are besties now. Tenchi Muyo! Oh my god, I only remember the name. Like, you just said it and I'm like... I vaguely remember just the name and the fact that you just said it's a harem anime, yeah. But... I don't remember anything else besides that. It's a very... yeah, it's a... I remember it being like a good old school anime. I just can't... What was it about? Can you, like, refresh my memory? I can't really remember what it was besides being a harem anime.
Which quest are you up for?
Yeah, let me do this real quick. Ryoko. Then she uncovers a space pirate from 700 years ago named Ryoko. And stuff gets wild with new girls coming in. This is bothering me. I need to research this when the stream's over. Cause I'm like, so yeah, speaking of the harem, look, see, Matoi? There she is.
This.
I've got her super smiling. You know? Euclid and Io have reached that point. Oh, I gotta pick up a gift from Io too. See, there it is.
Time to get to work, Aurora.
Let's do this, boss.
There you go. The waifu harem. But also maybe a new edition as well. Ilanoa. I'm looking respectfully. There's no screenshot sound, see? I'm looking respectfully. Is that a badge? I don't remember seeing that yesterday. Did you put a badge on, or is that part of the outfit? That blue thing right there. Right here. Yeah, this.
I'm going full tilt.
You can see my mouse, right? Oh my god, Matoi, please. Those have always been on her? Oh, okay. It's because I noticed there's this little cosmetic item. Oh my god. I got this cosmetic item called the Luther badge once. And it goes right there. I think it's on the other one. I think it goes on the other side. On the, well, it's her right breast. But I got a pin that said Luther pin, and it just goes right there on, it goes right on the, for lack of a better word, it goes right on the nipple. I tried it. I tried it on. It had a picture of Luther's face, so I was wondering if that was another one of those. Yeah. So I was wondering if that's what that was. Anyway. Yeah, it is like, you know. We're gonna be respectful.
Let's do this, boss.
I know those.
You suck!
You heard nothing, Pizza Maid. All you heard was this. Oh my god. Listen. I mispressed the key. I was trying to hit F12. And then things happened. There was mistakes were made. That's it. Mistakes were made. I wanted to get like I wanted to set everyone up. I wanted to set everyone up for a group photo, okay? And I fucked up. I was trying to get a group photo like this with all of us. And then I slipped, and then I realized, you know, I should probably leave. I was like, I should probably stop before Pizza Maid gets mad. It's too late. She's pissed. Pizza Maid's raging right now. Upgrade intimidate. I just picture you just grabbing me and shoving me into like a toilet bowl with the bidet just shooting in my face. It's just that gurgling, drowning sound. Like, I don't actually have like a bubbling sound I can use, so unfortunately we have to just go with that. My daughters! Saving a power washer out of your face. I do have one of those. A power washer. You know what's funny, Pizza? Is I almost thought for a minute I could actually get away with it. Like, slightly. Like, just for a minute, I almost thought I could get away with it with the sound effect. That. And then, right after I did it, not only did the shutter sound effect clearly was louder than that. But also it literally says down there in the bottom, screenshot saved. Oh shit, Lantis witnessed it too. Lantis is pissed. Great. Now they're both gonna gang up on me. Hold on, if this makes you feel better. I'm just, you know. Aim it at his mouth, Lantis. He's full of shit. He's trying to get out of it. Matoi, please. Enough with the buffs. I'm trying to get a harem photo. I actually did take a few like this, but with Zera, and I had Leon in the shot. Because I have Leon registered as an ally, so I pulled out Leon as Zera, and then I think Euclida and Matoi. We did it that way. And I took a few photos like that, I think. He's taking screenshots of my daughter!
You son of a bitch!
Yeah, Atlantis is like, I've seen enough.
If we're gonna do this, let's go over to fight.
Holy shit. We talked all over each other. They were respectful screenshots though. I stand by it. It was respectful research photos.
Emergency! Code! Attack!
What the hell?
Excellent job.
Maybe. He asked about the pins on her chest. Right!
Completed.
I was, you know, that was me respectfully asking about what she was wearing. It was, you know, it was research. It was a polite, innocent question. And then click, click, so that I could, you know, research it later, more in depth. That's all. It's just click, click.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah, a sound alert that I have like set to 20% lower volume than the damn game.
Emergency! Code! Protection!
It was doomed to fail from the start. But I tried anyway. I tried, damn it, I tried. Play that song from Akon. I try so hard. Okay. Oh, what the hell? What are you doing here? Okay, that might lead to the boss. Let me kill a few more just to make sure I get an A rank. Holy shit, I didn't know that dragon just exploded like that.
Congratulations on completing the objective.
Oh, they fucked off. I think that's enough for an A rank. Let's kill a few more guys here, but just to make sure I get the little present or whatever. I'm pretty sure that was enough for an A though. My toy's going full tilt.
Oh, by the way, have you heard of this?
I'm getting readings of a target creature. It might appear. That's the first time I've ever
Is this fall spawn?
heard that message. Okay, that's definitely got to be enough. You usually don't have to farm too many.
Completed!
Whew. Let's do this. A shout out to the lovely Lantis Greyfield. Who's probably in talks with Pizza Maid right now to
Emergency!
prepare a power washer for me later. Plotting, yes. Oh, we got an S. Rappy Fever bonus key. There it is. Yes. They're plotting to waterboard me for taking research photos that are completely innocent. You're welcome, Lantis. Pizza's like, son of a what the... This is just another day, Pizza. Like, I'm always getting keys like this. I've never actually kept track of how often I do or don't get one. I usually just go for the one from the dailies, and that's it. Watch how fast I turn off this computer. Pizza mate, no! Don't leave us! I'm so sorry. Oh, it's too late. I already fucked up and raised the decks too high. There we go. What is that leave emote? Oh, it's just the Neko leave. It's people leaving. Okay, so that's done. The super hard requirements. That emote is great. I love the leave emotes. There's a Keck leave. They all derive from the original, which is Peepo leave. Every streamer eventually got one. Where you're just like fed up. You're like, I'm out. Yeah. She has emotes. Everything, yeah. A leave emote, yeah. To get a super fast completion for the super hard one, I just take this basic subquest right here. You just have to kill the enemies that appear at the end. There they are. Hold on. There.
Code attack.
Now we turn this in for the last daily. Fuck, I should be doing this on, but changing classes over and over is gonna be a pain in the ass. I'll do it next time. Off stream. Let me just do this right now.
Drop by anytime.
Did that fulfill a weekly too? Yes, it did. Okay.
What's going on?
Hey, mate. Alright. So these scale with your level, so I might as well make the most of this and give them to Zara real quick. And let her get EXP instead of wasting them on Leon, who doesn't need EXP anymore. We got a bonus key silver, gold, and Rappy Fever. Grinder. Put that away. Can sell the Meseta crystal later. Okay, so now put the keys away. Just put them in default. Oh god, switching characters does take a second though. You have to go all the way back out to the NGS ship selection screen. That's pretty good. Alright, while it does this though. BRB real quick, I gotta use the restroom. Alright, I'm back.
Dylan!
And I did not get ambushed and or waterboarded by Pizza Mate and friends, thankfully. Or fall into the toilet. I'm good. Whew. Not yet, anyway. Should be this one. We'll see how many levels she gets from this. I do have to apply something. Well, there's Shiva. Hope she won't mind I'm stealing her cape.
Come on in.
I think I have to apply a minor change real quick. Fashion, accessories. Was it just this one? Yes, it was. This will let me see if I actually did it or not. If I saved it or not. Yes, I did. Good, good.
Come again.
Yep, we're good. Atlantis! Doing the little hypers. That was a minor rotation I did to the wings to make them look a little better. Lock transfer. There we go. Her outfit is not convention safe. Safe for the convention or safe for her? Probably both. I'd be more concerned for her safety than... I'm not sure if that's what you meant or not, but... Either way, I think you're right about that. And for either
The
way...
assault operation on Mothership Shiva is now underway.
Oh, I think
This
the...
is the final battle. All ARC's operatives, please report to the quest counter for deployment.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the rotation actually holds. For the wings, I'll have to test that later. Cons are typically 13 plus when it comes to cost. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is... way too revealing. 100%.
Which quest are you up for?
No, it's main quest. Bonus. We got a silver one, right? Look, she got a gold before she even got a silver. She hasn't even done silver yet. She got a gold key before she ever even got a silver, man. This should be in storage. I should be able to pick them up tonight. Did I put them in default?
Shiva, Goddess of Annihilation, has been defeated! We did it! And all because we were united as one! Excellent work! And welcome back, Guardians!
Silver, gold, happy fever. Okay. How many times she levels up from this? There's level 48. Okay, we're starting with the silver. One. American cons are more often than not much stricter than their Canadian counterparts. Alright, this is the only problem. I don't know what the difference is between her guns and the ones that Leon uses, but she can't hit the crystals right off the bat. Or maybe it's a skill thing, like maybe it's like a skill tree thing, but since she's not as high level, I have to do that instead. Yeah, see, so that's what I'm used to seeing. That took like less than a minute. This class is broken. Can confirm, it is very broken. Oh yeah, maybe she can actually put on some of the weapons. Let me sell some shit from the storage though real quick. I do believe that, by the way, Lantis, 100%. American, yeah, American cons are more strict because they're definitely more conservative. A number of US conventions have a mandatory sports bra and bike shorts level of coverage. Yeah, that sounds about right. Da-da-da-dam. Let me see, can she put any of those on yet? Let me just check if anything she picked up right now. No. Oh yeah, the Red Eagle. Put this on. Much better. It'll kill shit even faster. Oops. Canada says, just don't show off the bits, no one needs to see that. And that's it. Wear whatever you want, just make sure the actual private parts are hidden. I don't have to be that min-maxy about it, but fine. Whatever. Oh yeah, armor. No, that's ranger stuff. Oh, it's weaker. Okay. Can get rid of everything else now. Do I really have something better than that? Or... yeah, I guess I do. Alright then. That costume would be acceptable with a skin matched leotard though? Wait, really? So you're saying like a leotard underneath it, is what you're saying, right? Alright, you need 5. Oops. Yeah, so that's what you mean. So kind of like the one that Kanye West's, I don't know if they got married yet or not, but like the chick he's with, they went to that some award show a few months ago, and she was wearing literally just that. Like, she had literally nothing on except a completely see-through skin tone colored dress? I don't even know if you can call it that. Like, it barely even went past her thighs. She was constantly pulling down on it so that it, you know, so that no one would get an upskirt on her, like, the whole time, and it was super skin tight. They had to blur it out because it was so see-through. You could you could 100% see her nipples and everything. Like, she was basically naked. But yeah, I'm guessing that's what you mean. It's something like that underneath this outfit, and then that would get it through. I got confused. Over here. Use the gold one. A little paranoid. I did pick up everything, right? Let me check. Yes, I did. By the way, how's the music? Let's do Rappy Fever next. How's FF14 going for you, Lantis? You still enjoying it? Oh good, you can get her own silver keys now at least. Yesterday was punchy sad boy hours. I can install that at least. Whew. Okay, let's do this. Forgot the drink. Oh wow, I'd never actually heard the music here before. When I do these off stream, I have my own music going. This sounds like carnival music. I guess it fits, it's all rappies, so. Yeah, so I remember Pizza Maid struggling here yesterday because she wasn't able to just do this. She was like, how many more enemies are gonna pop out? She had to kill them like almost one at a time. And we're done. Murder. Yeah, so she would have seen that and been like, what the fuck, man? That's so much shit, though. Mostly materials. This stuff. This clogs up your inventory really fast. What? Oh, super hard quest. Oh, the difficulty. Yeah, yeah. I forget that happens as you level up. I got the perfect thing for this. Give me a sec. Any more materials, or was that it? Yeah, that was it. Come on. Okay, with this music going on, Doesn't this fit perfectly? We're doing aerobics. Oh my god. What other dances do I have? The vocal performance. With like no expression on her face, it's hilarious. My god. I like this one better though. The type 1 of this. Oh wait, it's not this one, my bad. It's... Oh no, is it one I can't use in the No, it's vocal performance, I think. This one, there we go. The type 1 of this one. That's fucking sick. Those some good moves right there. Of course, this music just kind of makes a complete joke out of it, but... Well, there you have it, folks. If you ever wanted to see her dance to carnival music of some kind. Anyway. Let's get the hell out of here.
Bruh.
Okay, so I picked up another one of those. A bunch of other stuff that doesn't really matter. Oh, we already have one. Oh, I thought it was in the shop menu, damn it. Laser Swift. Okay, I think we're set. And feed the rest of the mag later. Yeah, it's the same stats. Fine. Just sell it off. Alright, we'll do the gold key and then we're out of here. We got a rocket full of meth. We got a rocket full of meth and we're out of here. She's naked from... You mean you couldn't tell? I guess the sword was covering it up, wasn't it? Yeah, it's, this outfit is, it's very form-fitting. And gives a lot of freedom of movement. Give a lot of freedom of movement. Oh, welcome back, Pizza! I'm glad to hear they went to bed. They went to bed. Lantis just realized how revealing this outfit was. She hadn't really gotten the full grasp of it yet. She's in freaking bondage gear. I wasn't sure if you were coming back, Pizza. I already did the silver and Rappy Fever bonus keys. But you made it in time for the gold one. So you can compare how this class, you know, like goes up against others. So the silver key would have ended right there already with the big dog enemy. Yeah. I got a quick draw there. Holy shit! All the way to level 55. So what was that, like 2 minutes? Yeah, just about 2 minutes, I think. There we go. All done. Alright, this one probably has some valuable shit, so let me actually check. Oh, didn't get anything from my class actually. Nothing I didn't already have. Didn't get any luck there. Nope. Oh, I can probably turn in some of those. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's right. I should be doing that first. I'm gonna get rid of most of this stuff. I should check this first. Nope. It mostly scales with your level, so I guess that makes sense. That's a ranger thing. Same thing. Okay. Yeah, it's good to go. We're optimized. For now. All the rest if it ain't hunter stuff for the mag. Or, yeah, whatever, melee stuff, I guess. And we're done. Photon. And then this. Alright, that's it. We're all set with dailies and the bonus keys. Where's there? We used them up. Okay. I think Kofi wanted to.
What's this?
Yeah, the extreme pass stuff. All that stuff I've already unlocked on Leon.
What do you need?
You'll have to excuse me.
Hello?
this. Goodbye.
Oh. Never mind. I guess they just say that as if you still have to talk to him, but since I've already done it all on Leon, it's fine. Alright, cool. We're good. Let me switch back over to him. And then we'll do... I guess we'll jump into episode 6 real quick and see what that's like for a little while. Before wrapping up the stream. It really does have an emote for everything. The Neko jail emote. Go to horny jail.
You bastard! Son of a...
Actually, this is a good time to do this. That's not the right... While I'm logging in on a different character, because it takes forever to switch back, might as well do this. There we go. Yeah, it's set up the same way now. Okay. Oof.
Ooh.
Alright. At least switching back and forth between games is a little faster the second time around. Once you've already done it once. Like, the computer keeps a cache of certain memory things, so... Probably why.
Which quest are you up for?
Alright, so yeah, we finished... We took a detour to do dailies. But yeah, we finished all of episode 5 at this point. It's officially done. Well, now we can start episode 6. Shiva talked some shit about the Malevolent Void thing before we did it, but she didn't say anything after. I doubt she's gonna reference it in the next episode. But I guess we'll find out. Oh shit. This is getting serious right away. The very first mission on episode 6 is called Emergency Command Meeting. Are we gonna see Ulk for the first time in person in ever? We've only heard about her becoming like the commander back in episode 4, but we have yet to see her in person ever since. Alright. Let's commence episode 6. AP 242, February 11th, 11 a.m. Or I think it was 10. One of those. General Control Challenge Zira. What's up?
Dylan!
Okay, Xeno, Clarus, Craze, Regius, and Huey. Not gonna read their titles too, it's just too much. Azra, Sarah, and Maria. I accidentally called Maria Maggie a couple streams ago. And there she is. Oh, the Ark's Admiral.
How long has it been since we all came together like this? And with so many guests, too!
Son of a bitch.
Oh, this isn't the time.
Theodore? I was gonna say, we're under,
I know. Just trying to help everyone relax. Let's just start the meeting, shall we?
we have a world-ending threat on our hands, but yeah.
The topic is Shiva, goddess of annihilation. We'll begin with what we currently know.
By your leave, I'll keep it concise. May I tell them everything, Shao?
Of course. If they aren't informed, there won't be anything to discuss.
Shiva and her cohorts assaulted the Ark's ship. We have reason to believe that the attackers are Photoners.
Photoners again, huh? But why are they hostile to Arcs?
In a voice recording, she said, "I once was sacrificed for the universe." Combining the data we have, we believe she is referring to when the profound darkness was originally sealed by the Photoners. We verified this with Aurora as well. She was not familiar with Shiva herself, but confirmed that such an event did indeed occur.
She was imbued with photons and used as bait to seal the profound darkness in subspace. A living sacrifice. And now she's returned?
Yeah, and she's obviously pissed. Interesting, they managed to keep the same voice actors for all these characters for this long, too. I gotta check when episode 6 was released. But after this cutscene.
If her words are to be truly believed, then yes. But perhaps we should be asking those who have crossed blades with her.
Well, I sensed an unusual power.
It wasn't just Shiva. The ones with her were in another league as well. It would make a lot of sense if they were Photoners.
Shiva defied expectations the most. She was utterly unfazed by our attacks.
Yeah.
I wonder. It was almost like she absorbed them all.
Well, duh. That's not surprising. That's the way she was made, after all.
Risa, what do you mean by that?
I like her new look.
She was made to hold all the photons of the Photoners inside her. Can you even imagine how many that is? Can you? It's so many!
That's a lot. Yeah.
Now, after having taken a look at both of you, I think you're pretty weird yourself, honestly.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Risa, just what is it that you know?
She got a new outfit and a new gun that can talk. She seems to have acquired a lot more knowledge than we know.
I will explain.
There it is.
Risa, may I borrow your body?
Yup. Go right ahead. Wake me up if a fight breaks out, though.
Yeah, this was kind of a plot hole in the cliffhanger of the last episode, the last story event in the previous episode.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
There it is.
I am Harriet, one of the Photoners, as you call them.
I figured it was her. Had to be.
Guardian, I have met you once before. Do you remember?
Holy shit, that was you? Because that wasn't just Risa having a moment where she was just being like not yandere or whatever? Yeah, in the Nightfall province, when Matoi vanished.
Yes. I must have given you quite the shock.
Yeah.
At that time, my mind was yet in a residual state.
That felt like a lifetime ago.
I did not even know I was Harriet, nor did I possess a clear will, as I do now. It was all I could do just to speak. I'm glad everything turned out well in the end. Shiva and I are like opposites, in a way. It is her arrival that has allowed me to speak with all of you.
Come again? Are you related to her somehow?
A soul that inexplicably took up residence in an empty vessel. That is me, the artificial being, Harriet.
Like we saw in episode 5.
A photonic vessel created to contain everything, including the profound darkness. An embodiment of the end, Shiva. goddess of annihilation. We are close, and yet light years away. At the end of the Photoner era, civilization reached its zenith. They replaced their bodies as needed, devaluing physical forms. Society revolved around the use of photons. However, they were not so enlightened as to abandon their bodily vessels entirely, and so they sought after the ultimate vessel. One scientist created a vessel, but opted not to use it, treating it as a person instead. He conversed with this mute vessel until it finally developed a heart, awakening to the power of photons. This distillation of technology possessed a spirit and a power, an extraordinary power, entirely unique. The scientist was pleased. He had created not a replica, but an independent, parallel being, one on par with the Akashic records. However, that was precisely when the final replica of the Akashic records, the Profound Darkness, was born. To seal the Profound Darkness, a vessel equal to the Akashic records was required. That was me. But a heart was unnecessary. My soul, my heart, was removed, and photons were compressed into the now empty vessel. A will to control all photons was born, and that is Shiva, goddess of annihilation.
It's finally coming full circle. Good. The final episode of the story, so it better wrap things up.
You know the rest. Shiva achieved total photonic absorption and vanished into subspace with the Profound Darkness. And now, she has returned once again. She has become a threat to the entire universe, just as the scientist once predicted.
Harriet, how are you here? And what's your relationship with Risa?
The scientist was Luther, of course.
Losing my vessel, I was doomed to vanish. But the Akashic records saved me.
Damn.
They wove my soul into their seeds and gave me a new vessel. A cosmogenic arm.
And how did Risa find you?
The first cosmogenic arm to be created. That was me.
As for the Risa you all know and love, I think you've heard the story before.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, I was a test subject for a project to create photon-compatible bodies. They did a whole lot of research studying mechanical life forms on the down low. These days, everybody calls us casts. And you know who was the very first one? It was me. Pretty straightforward, right?
Wow.
But since I was the very first, I was super unstable. More unstable than anything.
Still are?
The most unstable you could possibly be.
Her personality
Unstable
fits.
soul Risa, unstable vessel Harriet. Two became one. And gosh, everything just balanced out somehow. Harriet didn't really get back her form and faculties until just recently, though. Until then, she was basically sleeping.
So that's why they're connected. They were connected from the start. Oh, she's blue again.
It is as Risa says. I am only awake now because of how the situation on Omega resolved.
Because of everything that happened in episode 5, yeah.
My soul was rescued there and transformed into a goddess. And so, here we are.
Yeah, everything we did in episode 5 was not for nothing, like Shiva had implied.
Risa and I have spent a long time together. I as a cosmogenic arm, and she as a cast. The appearance of the Dark Falls Collective. The fall of the Photoners. The birth of Arcs. We have seen it all.
Why didn't you mention any of this? If you had said something, we could have been prepared.
Well, you didn't trust Arcs, did you?
Very perceptive, Admiral. To me, Arcs and the Photoners were doing the exact same thing. Which meant they'd only repeat history. I figured it best for you to just kill, until you killed each other out of existence. Until I met you, that is.
Guardian, you did everything in your power to save just one soul. And Arcs supported you, even after arriving in a completely unfamiliar place. You stepped in to help those who wished for salvation. I hate Falspawn. And I hate the Photoners too. But I like everyone in Arcs. And you as well, of course.
Oh. Well, thanks, Harriet.
I don't want you to make the same mistake. That's the reason why I'm here. To walk together with Arcs, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, Risa's new outfit is a lot more revealing, that's for sure. But she is also just a cast, so it's kind of, you know, whatever. Episode 6, Chapter 0. How do we resist the demise? Resisting the end. That's a good question. Oh, we're back to the generic background music as before. That's too bad. They didn't come up with anything unique for this. It was only for episode 5. Damn. Well, I guess, you know, they figured since episode 5 was a fever dream imagination of the origin story of the Photoners, you know, that's probably why they did that. Yeah, basically everything we saw in episode 5 was a loose reimagining of what actually happened to the Photoners many years ago. It was, that is the best way to put it. It's just a reimagining in a dreamlike state using medieval fantasy elements. Well, that's not how it actually went down, but it was just kind of a loose recreation of what actually happened way back then. That's what I'm getting anyway from all this. And Harriet and Risa were always fused together, but Harriet was in a dormant state until we did all the things we did in Omega. It would explain why the Profound Darkness did what it did with Persona. It, you know, fused with it, our alternate self, as they now called it. It was probably to guide us into awakening Harriet by doing everything we did in episode 5. But at the same time, the Profound Darkness got something out of it because it woke up... Well, it didn't wake up Shiva, but it managed to free Shiva from subspace. Which I'm assuming is now the vessel of the Profound Darkness. It's pretty much Shiva. That's our final enemy. Yeah, that's more or less what's going on, basically. So the Harriet from episode 5, more or less, is now in the cosmogenic arm that Risa's wielding. Oh, she's awake now. She's gonna help us out. She reminds me of a different character who... Well, she's basically almost like Mother from episode 4. She was used in a way she didn't like by the Photoners. So she had no love for the Photoners and their descendants, which is Arcs, that's us. But Harriet changed her mind after what we did at the end of episode 3 when we saved Matoy's life. Because she saw that we were different and not just brazenly sacrificing people like they're nothing, like the Photoners did, basically. And that's what she just explained right now. That's why she decided to help us. to not make the same mistakes because she saw that we have the potential to do a lot better than the Photoners back then. She sees potential for a new way forward, basically. So she wants to help us out against Shiva, who will pretty much destroy the entire universe. She is the profound darkness, essentially, so that is what she will do. Let's see, anything else? I think I'm... I think I've, yeah. That's pretty much the gist of what's going on. Interesting how well planned out it is. Seeing that Harriet was... She was the one who talked to us in Risa's body right before we went to save Matoi at the end of episode 3. It's really well thought out. I wonder how far ahead they planned. Because, like, I asked that because, like, with FF14, I don't want to go into spoilers too much, but they did mention that when... They did say that even though the way the story plays out and the way it concludes in Endwalker does make it seem like maybe they had it planned out from the very beginning, like to the, like, how everything was gonna turn out, but they're like, we actually didn't. They just did a really good job of making sure to cover their bases when plugging up plot holes and wrapping up the story the correct way, basically. They didn't, like, fuck up any of their own lore and anything, so it made it seem like they had it planned out from the beginning when they actually didn't. Like, Yoshi P admitted that. He's like, we actually didn't have it planned out, even though it seems that way. Their writers were just that good. I'm honestly not sure. I don't know if Sega knows how to plan anything. Well, so far, as convoluted as this story might be to a lot of people, so far it still makes sense. So they're doing this correctly, you know? But I will say that episode 4 and 5 do feel, mostly 4, but they do feel like they were kind of just shoehorned in there as fillers, kind of. Especially now that I'm seeing this cutscene. Like, this is what I was getting at. I don't know if it's planned out or not, but it does seem like they more or less had the idea of Harriet and Risa being a thing, like they just introduced right now. They had that idea, but they put it on hold to do episode 4 and 5 and extend the game's lifespan. Probably because the game was doing pretty well. Like, episode 4 is 100% filler. There's a small reference to it in episode 5, but it's 100% filler. I liked it, but it's still filler. It's like, you can totally tell. And they tie it into the main story by just having something else they had briefly mentioned before episode 4 was the quote-unquote test subject, or whatever they called her, that they cast out into space when she failed to be a good copy of Shion. That was Mother from episode 4. So they took things they had set up from before and created more content out of it. But it's like more or less, they, just like with FF14, they mostly had a rough idea, at least, of how they wanted the story to go. Because even though Yoshi P said that they didn't have it all planned out, he still had he still had a rough idea of where he wanted things to go. Like, they still had lore that they built up in the background that they never told people about, that they later used to keep the story going and then wrap it up the way they did. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sega's writers did the same thing, essentially. They set stuff up to use later, and then they were like, alright, we'll figure out how to use this later, basically, to make it make sense, but for now, we're gonna do this. It's gotta be challenging writing for an MMO, because you don't know how long it's gonna go. So this is the kind of thing you have to think about. Like, you might have a beginning, middle, and end to the story thought out in your head, but then if the game goes really well and you want it to go a little bit longer, it's like, well, now we have to add extra content to stretch it out and milk the game for more money because it's doing really well, you know? So let's keep it going a few more years by adding extra things we probably didn't have planned before, and then we'll just kind of weave it into the story somehow. And that's what episode 4 and feels like. 4 and 5 kind of feel like to me now. Episode 4 more than 5. It kind of feels like that. Like they just took the story they had planned out and they just added more stuff. They just fleshed it out a little bit more to stretch the game a little bit more, you know? Yeah, yeah, you get it, Pizza. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Yeah, this feels like they did have it planned out, but then they just added extra fluff because they wanted to keep the game going longer. And unfortunately, that extra fluff they added kind of does make the story a little bit more convoluted. Because I remember seeing somebody talk about that before. Like, I've been able to keep up with it, but it does take effort, and you do have to pay attention to quite a few details and keep a lot of things memorized, you know? Because I've seen people complain that, or not complain now, but like they talk about back when this game was first, like, still in service before NGS. Apparently there were some complaints that the story was too convoluted. And now that we're here, I'm starting to understand where that perspective is coming from. Because at this point, it's just become a lot of small details spread out through a very large story that you have to keep track of. Luckily, they remind you, though. Like, Risa reminded us and everything. You know? Do you feel like it's the pacing? Yeah. Yeah, I get that feeling, too. Again, episode 4 was a big part of that, so I'm starting to understand why people didn't like it. But I could be wrong. Maybe there's a different reason people didn't like it. I've never actually gotten a straight answer why people don't like it. I liked it. But I'm guessing it's that. Because episode 4 really threw off the pacing. Like, this first scene we just saw looks like it almost could have just picked up right after episode 3. Like, you literally could have just inserted this right after episode 3. You wouldn't have Shiva or Harriet, but they could easily have had this kind of meeting for just dealing with the profound darkness. That's why I said episode 4 and 5 kind of just feel like fillers now. Like, this could have been episode 4 and then they could have just wrapped up the game there. But it was doing so well that they added 2 other episodes instead before this climactic conclusion that I assume we're going into. Not that it's too slow or too fast, but they compact a lot, and in some areas it feels choppy. Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I can't help but compare it to FF14, and I think it's fair because the 2 games were running in parallel. Like, this game literally started in 2012, and Realm Reborn was in 2013. They ran literally in parallel, so I think it's fair to compare them. They were running at the same time. It's just people in the West didn't hear about it because it was JP only. This game was only in Japan. So most people in the West didn't even hear about this. But they were running in parallel, so I think it's fair to compare them. And the reason I say that is because people who have complained about FF14 story, which it's rare that I see it, until now with Dawn Trail, but we're not going to go into that. But it's rare that I see it, but when some people have complained about FF14 story, they've said that it moves too slow. And yeah, that might be the case. Like, it is a slow burn, especially at the beginning. Like, it moves very slowly. But at least it doesn't do that, what Pizza Mate just described. Because it takes its time establishing the world, establishing the characters, it takes its time doing what it's supposed to do, it never feels choppy or just like suddenly something was off. The only moment that I think it felt that way, there was 2 major moments. One is in Stormblood and one is in Endwalker. The Stormblood one has no real excuse. It was just kind of mediocre writing, where you're doing one thing and then suddenly, for a convoluted, not even a convoluted reason, but just almost out of nowhere, it just feels out of nowhere, they say, let's go to Japan. It's just so that happens in Stormblood. They're like, just for no reason, just suddenly they're like, okay, well, we're getting our asses kicked here. Hey, I got an idea. Let's go across the entire ocean. And I mean, the reason they give is decent, but it does just feel kind of shoehorned in there. I felt that without nobody had told me anything about why they didn't, like, I had actually avoided people's opinions on the story, and I felt that on my own when I got to Stormblood. The moment in Endwalker, I can't even really vaguely describe it because it's a major spoiler no matter what. But there is a very similar moment in Endwalker where something like that happens, where you're just suddenly like, wait, we're doing this now? Like, what's going on? Why is this, what? I thought this was gonna be for later. Why is this happening so early? If you've played Endwalker, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll just leave it at that. That moment, I feel happened because of the fact that Endwalker was essentially two expansion stories squeezed into one because they decided to cancel one of the expansions. So that's why that happened to Endwalker, which is unfortunate. Endwalker is still my favorite expansion, but I acknowledge that is a problem because the first half of Endwalker was meant to be its own expansion, and they just kind of had to, because they canceled it, they just ended up compressing what that entire expansion's idea was going to be into the first half of that one, and they just kind of rushed right through it, and then Endwalker kind of starts properly after that point. So those are the only two moments I can think of where FF14 has something similar, where the pacing feels off. But other than that, the entire story feels like follows a great rhythm. You still feel this is PSO2's but oh, hold on. I didn't read the previous message. I feel like PSO characters get away with it though because they don't gatekeep you from... Oh, you meant to say, I get what you're saying. You feel like PSO can get away with it because they don't gatekeep you from the game with the story. Yes, that's an excellent point. The story may have its problems like we just mentioned, this game, with the pacing and everything. But because you could at least play all the content in the game no matter where you were in the story, you could just jump in and start playing with your friends with the latest content that just came out. It's like, who cares? Yeah, definitely. And I know you've told me, Pizza Made, that this is... I don't want to go too far off topic, but you told me, Pizza Made, that NGS is more like FF14 now, where it gatekeeps content behind the story. But I did see that NGS's story is super short by comparison, at least, though. Because I basically... When I wanted to farm some of the outfit items that I have on Zera right now, they were from the PSO2 Fantasy Festival. They were meant to be like upgraded NGS graphics items of clothing items from this game, the classic game that we're playing right now. I had to either buy a story skip or just rush through the story to be able to unlock one of the event quests. It was called a limited time quest. They have them regularly, so that I could actually farm the scratch tickets for those items. And I just blazed through. I skipped all the cutscenes to avoid as many spoilers and context as possible, but I was able to blaze through it in like a day and a half. But NGS gatekeeps by way of the story or battle power. Frustrating, but not impossible. Yeah. So what I just described, what I did. Like I said, I skipped every single cutscene and paid as little attention to any dialogue as I could to avoid any spoilers. And for the most part, it actually worked. I had no idea what the hell was going on, and I wanted to keep it that way. But I got through it super fast. If you try to do that with FF14, if you're a brand new player in FF14 and you try to do that, you try to skip every single cutscene and just rush through the story to get to the latest content, as of right now with Dawn Trail, which is in 7.3, even if you do that, it will take you weeks to get through. At least a week or two, unless you're doing degenerate hours. Like if you're literally staying up for 24 hours a day, you can probably get it done in 1.5 to 2 weeks. You'll probably die of exhaustion before then though, like actually, so I don't recommend that because you will die. But if you're doing that, if you're just destroying your body, you can probably get it done in a 1.5 to 2 weeks if you're skipping cutscenes. But that's just to illustrate the difference. That's just to illustrate how different the two games are. NGS, I mean. and FF14, because yeah, the story went by super quick. I actually finished it in 2 days. NGS, I mean, by skipping every cutscene. You cannot do that with FF14. Even skipping cutscenes, you will not. There's a lot of XIV players that don't mind it. Yeah, I definitely won't mind it, but if you're somebody who played this game and then you go into NGS and you get gatekept by the story, that's going to be annoying, yeah. Oh, hold on, are you talking about something else? Because they have main character syndrome and I say this in a... Yeah, that's me. I mean, yeah. It's not a bad thing to be immersed in the narrative. Yeah. And one of the things that I saw recently Pizza made, going back to NGS specifically, Karopi released, yeah, the NGS official NGS content creator, YouTuber and Twitch streamer, Karopi, who's made a lot of guides that I used. He actually released a video maybe like a month or two ago, maybe less, maybe a couple weeks ago, I can't remember, it was fairly recent, where he explained that he was finally starting to get burnt out of the game and getting a little bored because there's just not enough to do. Same problem that FF14 has, by the way. But he mentioned that one of the things he really wanted to drive home to Sega was that NGS would benefit a lot from actually having a much better, more well fleshed out story like this game did, like the previous game, classic PSO2, the one we're playing right now. Like he said it would benefit a lot more from that because it would make people feel a lot more immersed and wanting to do the content more, the little content that there is, if it had more context and an actual backstory behind it. Yeah. I think solely for myself, I just like the choice of diversity and how I want the game. Yeah, Pizza. Honestly, I really hope FF14... I don't expect this to happen, but I really hope that with 8.0 they say the story is no longer a requirement, because it's getting ridiculous at this point. Like, it's just becoming shameless how bad they just want you to pay for a story skip. The fact that you now have to play through... Let's see, Realm Reborn, Heaven's Word, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and now Dawn Trail. 6 expansions worth of story to get to the latest content as a new player. It's getting ridiculous. They need to stop. Like, FF14 needs to stop making linear progression. They should have stopped with Endwalker, which is where the story was supposed to end anyway, but then they decided to keep the game going because they want to milk it for everything it can get. They needed to make it parallel I think they call it parallel progression from that point, you know? The lack of story in NGS, I feel, is one of the biggest reasons players feel like not enough effort was put into the game. I would feel that way. Like, if I started playing NGS and I realized the story was super shallow compared to this, again, I skipped all the cutscenes, so I don't know, but I've already heard plenty of people complain about it, so I'm assuming that's the case. Then yeah, that's gonna feel like shit, honestly, going into NGS after this, if it really is that bad. It was in them rushing the story, they rushed... The thing is, it's rushed overall. Well, see, here's the thing, and it's slightly my gripe with 14. 14 caters to the OGs and those who started from the jump. And just assume new players will just catch up. Which is getting... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The expectation that new players should just catch up when there's so much content now is just ridiculous. Like, it's too much. When somebody when they start promoting a new expansion, new players who might catch an interest and be like, maybe I should try that game for the first time, they're not even going to get to experience what they saw in the trailer that caught their eye for like months if they actually play the game like regularly. Anta says, but you can pay them more money on top of your sub to skip content. Give content, the content they're charging you to play. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is like, it's starting to feel like it's just becoming a shameless, just buy our content skip. You know? That's what I was getting at just a few minutes ago. It's FF14 is starting to feel like it's really, especially with the items that they're starting to release on the online store, the microtransactions, are getting ridiculously expensive now. It's starting to feel more and more like they're just like, just give us your money. Like, just shut up and give us your money. They're starting to 100% double down on that. XIV story is great and you hope folks experience it fresh. I have zero desire to roll alts and put myself through all of that all over again. Yeah, exactly. XIV is very alt unfriendly. Unlike this game, where your story progress is synced across all characters and you can just switch on a whim. I'm talking about PSO2 Classic. But even though NGS is more like 14, where it doesn't do that, it gives you the option to skip to the same story progression for free as your main character. When I created Zera, I just made them skip to Leon's story progression so they would have access to all the same content if I needed it to farm more like scratch tickets and stuff. I didn't have to, but yeah, both games have their issues. I'm just wondering why both games seem to have similar issues, though. That's the weird thing. Pizza Maid and I talked about this several streams ago, though, already. Pizza Maid said that she thinks it's developer burnout and something to do with crunch time and stuff that happened after the pandemic. I think that's what she said, right, Pizza? It's like both games, if you're fully caught up with the story on both games, there's like very little to do. Both games are suffering from that problem, is there's just no content to do. Like there's no engaging content to do. There's nothing that's actually fun for you to do on a regular basis. So. NGS was Sega's way of saying we've stopped caring about quality content, just give us your money. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was watching some of Skulls' videos and some of her live streams, Skulls Nightshade, another NGS official content creator. And I already had this feeling before I even saw it, but I confirmed it more with watching the kind of content she makes. The game, NGS, feels like it's meant to be like a Second Life more than anything. It's another Second Life simulator disguised as in like an action RPG game. That's kind of what it feels like. Like it's more about creating a character in a unique way, a waifu simulator for most people. Basically, you dress up your character how you want, and then you just socialize with other characters, with other people. Yeah, see, Pizza Mate just said it. The social aspect of NGS, that's what's keeping it going, exactly. The 2025 Gaia Online... I think I heard of Gaia Online once, but I never knew anything about it. I just heard the name. But I guess that's what it was. Oh yeah, so there was a moment in a recent live stream that Skulls Nightshade did that I was watching earlier today, where there was some people in her chat who asked, hey, I'm kind of curious about NGS. Like, I'm kind of curious about trying this game. Can you, like, you know, briefly describe it or something? And she said, somebody in her chat said this, and she agreed with it though. It's basically VR chat with action combat attached to it. And she was like, yeah, 100%, that's it. It's VR chat, but with really cool action combat attached to it, even though there's not a lot of content for it, but yeah. And I just from the little bit that I've played, and again, having avoided as many story spoilers as possible, can agree with that. It's VR chat with an action RPG attached to it on the side. You know what's funny is a few years ago I made a friend in FF14 that she described FF14 the same way in those days. Because she got into the role player nightclub scene right off the bat. She was still in Realm Reborn when she started making like RP friends and went into nightclubs and shit, and that's all she was doing for like almost a year. And then once she finally started playing the story, she updated her search info to say, what did she say? Oh, my nightclub simulator has an entire RPG attached to it? Question mark? Like she's making a joke about it. So again, that's just another way that FF14 and this game and NGS are similar. But I feel like FF14 at least put more meat on its bones before it became a nightclub simulator. Just from what I'm hearing. NGS feels a little bit more barren. You play base PSL2 for achievements? I play NGS to hang with friends. Yeah, I will say, and something, even though I haven't really made any friends in NGS, I'm still just kind of a solo player running around, just getting cosmetics and dressing up my characters to play this game for now. I will say something I really like about NGS is the creative spaces. The creative spaces are really fucking cool. I was like, it's instance housing, first of all, something that FF14 needs. But it's not just instance housing. You can make like a racetrack. You can make like, it doesn't just have to be a house. Like I saw someone create an entire scenario for Resident Evil. Like it's just like this whole course that you go through. And I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Yeah, I loved it. I favorited it. Like this, it reminds, you know, the feeling I got after just looking at a few of them, Pizza? It brought me back to the days of Little Big Planet. I played the fuck out of Little Big Planet after my brother introduced it to me when it first came out. And it was, I loved what people did in that game. And that's what that felt like. The creative spaces in NGS felt like a 3D version of Little Big Planet. The way some of the people like set theirs up. Because you can set up little mechanics. You can set up little traps like bombs and stuff. They don't actually hurt your character, but it just kind of like surprises you. They can jump scare you. They can set up little animatronics and robots to do stuff and props. It felt just like Little Big Planet, but in 3D. The creativity of the spaces is wild. Anta says, my friend DJ Luna K does DJing at in-game nightclubs in XIV and NGS. Yep. I'm a fan of nightclubs, so I am going to check out the ones in NGS, because I've been to a lot of them in 14. Pizza says, it honestly reminds me so much of WildStar, and I thought WildStar did it amazing. It doesn't cost you gil or hopium to get a home in NGS. Yeah, exactly. Well, nowadays, with the massive drop-off of players in FF14, getting a house isn't that hard anymore. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though. Yeah. Yeah, like, the fact that Island Sanctuary is literally an instance. This is FF14. Island Sanctuary is an instance that literally could have been creative spaces. And instead it was complete dog shit. It was dead on arrival. They actually canceled halfway through the expansion it came out in. They literally announced that they were gonna not create any more content for it that they had already planned out because it was doing that badly. Like, they fucked up an amazing idea with Island Sanctuary. Let me see if I can pull this up for you, Pizza, so you can see. Lucky Bond Show 2025. Please have the image. Okay, yeah, let me save this and see if I can put it on stream real quick. Save image. Let me put it somewhere easy to find. Census. Okay, now let me pull it up here. Now, Pizza, World of Warcraft pretty much took back its throne pretty quickly at the start of Dawn Trail. I think those numbers might be... Here, let me show you this instead of just talking on my ass. Media file? No. Image. Add source. Add a new source. This is a hell of a lot of work. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? No, all I gotta do is go to screen capture and change it to the image. Let me, yeah. That's, I was like, this is way too much work. What the fuck am I doing? Scuff stream. Let me open up this. Move it over here. And then change the screen capture to the image. Much easier. There we go. Okay, look at this. Let me move it over to this window so I can see what you guys are saying. So the red bar, to keep this in simple terms, the red bar is active players. I forget what the green bar was supposed to mean. There was a YouTube video that kind of explained it. But I think it's people who haven't done like... I think it's people who haven't finished the latest content. But the red bar represents active players, quote unquote. Let me describe what an active player means based on the way these people measure it. The way an active player is measured is you log in and you change a piece of your outfit. You change a glamour. You unlock an achievement. That's it. So it can literally, you can just log in and just change one thing about your character, and you count as a red player. Okay, so with that context in mind, look at the last bar in Dawn Trail, and compare that to what Pizza Mate just said. This is Pizza Mate right here, and this is right now. Look at where my mouse is going, like. Now draw a line straight across. Look at the level of active players. It's back to Realm Reborn levels. Their active players is down to the same levels as when the game first launched in 2013. As of this latest quarter that just passed. It's back to Realm Reborn levels of population. Yes, and it was amazing. So, the story specifically ends at the quest called Endwalker. As in when the expansion first launched and you play from level 80 to 90. And you finish that initial base expansion. That's it. The patch 6.0 Endwalker, that's it. That's where the story ended. 6.1 to 6.5, the patches that came out over the next 2 years leading up to Dawn Trail, completely new story at that point. Some of it was admittedly still just patching up some irrelevant plot holes from the previous story, but the actual like grand finale is in the base expansion of Endwalker. Like the thing you got on patch day as soon as that expansion started. The level 90 quest ends the story. The first level 90 quest, I should say. Which is called Endwalker. Every patch after that leading to Dawn Trail was a new story arc. So, pretty much right where you left. You see this peak right here? This is Endwalker's grand finale of the story arc. That's this. As soon as that ended, the decline began. Because all the story they've done since then has just been utter shit. It's just been mediocre as hell. And see, people came back at the beginning of Dawn Trail thinking, oh, maybe things are gonna get better now. See, look, there's Dawn Trail right there. And people thought, oh shit. You know, maybe it's gonna get better. They immediately realized, no, it's complete trash. Boom. Nosedive. And this kind of goes back to what we were just talking about earlier. One of the major... Well, I didn't say this earlier, but I was going to, and then I got derailed. One of the major selling points of Final Fantasy XIV is its story. So it's not a surprise that when the story dropped off, the players left. No, because, actually, no, yeah, that might be some of it, yeah. But honestly, Pizza, they actually, as soon as they finished Endwalker, they completely reshuffled the writing team. They decided to pass on the torch to new writers. And Yoshi P even said that FF16 had nothing to do with it. They just kind of wanted to give like new writers a shot, basically. Because they were working on FF16 since Heavensward. The initial, like, most people don't know how long it actually takes to make a video game, like a AAA game. They were working on it since the end of Heavensward. Most of the writers who started the FF16 project are the writers of Heavensward. Like, they finished Heavensward, and then as they started Stormblood and Shadowbringers, they were working on FF16 in the background. It takes years to make a AAA game, guys. So yeah, but the main like head writers of Shadowbringers and Endwalker, again, for that first initial expansion of Endwalker, like the 6.0 patch that ends the whole story or whatever, since Realm Reborn all the way to Endwalker, they kind of moved on or got moved to a different position, and then they gave new writers a chance for everything beyond this point right here. See where my mouse is? From this point where you see it start to go down, this is new writers. Yeah, so the lady that did the Dark Knight storyline, she was the head writer for Shadowbringers and Endwalker. And she knocked it out of the park. I said it before, but the conclusion of the story, Endwalker, from level 80 to 90, that whole story completely changed my life. Like, she spoke to my soul. I think her name was something Ishikawa. I remember her surname is Ishikawa, but I can't remember her first name now. It's been a while since I looked that up. But her last name is Ishikawa. Yeah, she did the Dark Knight storyline, she did Shadowbringers, and then she did Endwalker. Again, the initial expansion of Endwalker, okay, level 80 to 90. Not 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, that was somebody else. But she did 6.0, along with pretty much all of Shadowbringers. And yeah, again, her writing was, I mean, I was like, dude, her perception on life or just her experiences just resonated with me through her writing. I was like, I don't know what she's been through, but like, her writing just, all I can say, Natsuko Ishikawa, yeah, I was like, her writing just resonated with me so fucking hard. It literally changed my life. And I have it on my VODs channel on YouTube, the moment that it happened, that I just fucking broke down in tears. Like, it just completely flipped my life upside down. Like, it took me out of a decades of nihilism, depression, and suicidal thoughts. She just spoke to me in a way I can't describe. It was just incredible. Even though I admitted, even in that video, or the one after where I talked about my feelings on it, that it's not like the message was something that original, but the way she presented it was definitely a way I had never seen it before, and it actually got through to me. It got through to my innermost feelings, man. This is getting sappy, but like, it got through to me in a way that nothing else ever did. And that's why it changed my life. You love the Shadowbringers ending? It broke me in so many ways I was okay to walk away. Oh, okay. I've seen that happen to a few people, Pizza. That friend I just told you about the nightclub thing? Same thing. When she finished, she got all the way to 5.3. Like, so not the initial expansion of Shadowbringers, but 3 patches after that, where the actual Shadowbringers story, like, actually wraps up properly. And they give it like its proper finale, not the first like final boss at the end of 5.0, but 5.3. But yeah, her and actually a few other players I've met, they just stop right there. A lot of them stop right there, because it just feels like an already satisfying conclusion for them, that they feel okay with walking away from the game there. When I first played 5.3, again, I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but like, I had already suspected they were getting close to wrapping up the story. And there is a cliffhanger cutscene at the end of patch 5.3 in Shadowbringers where they literally say the next chapter will be the final chapter of this star's tale or whatever. The tale of this star, they said. They literally tell you the next expansion's it. They're like the next chapter will be the final chapter of the tale of this star. This is what the narrator says. Referring to the upcoming Endwalker at that point. But I had already gotten the feeling with some of the stuff that happened at the beginning of Shadowbringers that they were headed in that direction. I said it during my first playthrough of Shadowbringers. I was like, it feels like they're getting close to wrapping up the story. They're starting to kind of, you know, bring things full circle that they've hinted at before. And yeah, that's where they were headed, basically. So yeah, after I finished 5.3 and they said that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be some good shit. And yeah, the feeling that you got at the end of Shadowbringers Pizza Maid, that was a feeling I got at the end of Endwalker. It broke me profoundly and gave me the most satisfied feeling in the world. The way it wrapped up the story of everything from 1.0, Realm Reborn, Heaven's Word, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers, all the way to Endwalker. Like this right here, the absolute peak, the very top. Yeah, that was a moment I was just like, this was an amazing ending to an amazing story. Like, I am satisfied. Whatever they do from this point on, from patch 6.1 and forward, I don't even care because I'm satisfied with the way the story ended at that point. And thank God, because yeah, everything from 6.1 onward has just been very mediocre. And that's why people are just, yeah. This drop off here, the only reason that didn't happen here is because people had hope that it was just, you know, oh, they're taking their time. Dawn Trail's probably going to be amazing. So this is people holding on to that hopium. That's what this is, Pizza Maid. This right here, this is people just holding on and thinking that what's happening in the post-Endwalker patches, which is all this right here, everything after this peak is post-Endwalker patches. Everybody's like, this game's gonna be great, they just gotta cook up a new story. It's gonna be Dawn Trail. Once they announce Dawn Trail, everybody's like, that's it, this is the new story. It's gonna be awesome. It was the opposite of awesome. And that's, yeah. That's why it just plummeted. Because people realize, okay, this game's done. It's cooked. And now World of Warcraft is responding by creating a much better housing system where you get instance neighborhoods. So you can have your house next to your friends. Can it recover? Yes, I think it can, and a lot of other people think it can. But 8.0, the next expansion, has to knock it out of the park, or it will not. That is its last chance. With this drop-off right here, that is its last chance. It can only recover if 8.0 brings like some really fresh ideas to the table and just kicks ass. Oh, 100%. Because they're only cooking now because FF14 gave them a run for their money. They were comfortable. See this right here? I mean, you probably know this already, Pizza, but for anybody else, you see this right here? Shadowbringers, see how it's going up like that? That was when World of Warcraft was shitting the bed hard. World of Warcraft was shitting the bed hard right here, and this is, and a bunch of, it's like this right here. This huge uptick right here in Shadowbringers, a huge chunk of that is World of Warcraft players that were pissed off at the state of that game coming to FF14. That's what a lot of this right here is. So then they got their shit together, and now FF14 is the one fumbling, and World of Warcraft is the one that got their shit together. Is getting their shit together now. They all moved to Balmung. The real hidden gem of MMOs truly is Warframe, the unsung hero. I didn't know that was an MMO. But you have to be dedicated to that game and being consistent with it. So like how World of Warcraft used to be. Around this time right here. where it was impossible to catch up if you fell behind. So a lot of people were just rage quitting or burning out because the grind was so fucking hard to keep up with, or whatever. Yeah, a lot of things I've heard WoW is doing right now, correctly right now, is the fact that they're making content that caters to all levels of difficulty, casual to hardcore players. Something we just mentioned PSO had. PSO Classic had. Every time they release new content, there's different difficulty levels for casuals to hardcore. Good. FF14 should have been doing that a long time ago. They're releasing a better housing system than FF14. I mean, the list... I don't want to say the list goes on and on, but they're starting to gain momentum in the direction of just like completely shitting all over FF14 right now. 100%. Which is not good for FF14 considering it's doing this right now. Getting some Dole Whip. Take your time, Pizza Maid. I'm actually gonna wrap things up anyway, because I didn't expect to go off on such a rant. Not a rant, but just a discussion about the state of the MMOs that we play and that we love, right? More or less. You got hungry for pineapple Dole Whip while discussing MMOs? Hey, that happens. This is not me reinstalling WoW. Yeah, right now FF14 is the best thing ever for new players that enjoy a really good story. Specifically if they don't mind it being a mostly single player experience. If you want a really good long story to play through and you're totally fine with a single player JRPG experience, that's what FF14 is for new players. Yeah, you'll love it. If you are someone who is like into World of Warcraft or games like that where you're mostly about the gameplay and not the story, you're gonna hate how long it takes to catch up to the latest, most relevant content in FF14. You'll absolutely hate it. Unless you buy a story skip. If you're someone who's been playing FF14 and keeping up with the latest content, like me, up until Dawn Trail came out anyway, but I've realized I haven't missed much anyway, so I don't really care. But if you're someone who's doing that, you're bored as hell right now. Which is why there's that player drop-off. So if you've kept up with FF14, you're bored. If you're a new player, you got a shit ton of stuff to do, but you have to be into single-player JRPGs because that's the experience for a new player. Honestly, I think the real winners are the private servers, doing vanilla classic and keeping things original. Oh, so you're talking about WoW private servers? Okay. That's another thing that official WoW has done pretty well, is the fact that they recycle classic WoW, adding a few extra twists. Like I remember seeing a streamer that I like who doesn't normally stream WoW. He actually streamed Seasons of Discovery and he said he really liked it. It gave classic WoW a vanilla plus experience that they really liked. Kind of like Affinia and Blueburst. With Blueburst, you know? I watched him play it a little bit too. He had a lot of fun with it. World of Warcraft Seasons of Discovery. Yeah, see, there's a bunch of people who love classic. So that's what a lot of people were saying, is that there's something else that WoW does correct that FF14 doesn't. This kind of goes into what we said earlier, that they cater to all kinds of players. They know how to cater to casuals and hardcore people who are nostalgic for the older content, like WoW Classic. They have servers for that. And you only have to pay one subscription fee to get access to all of it. You still have your original main in retail. I like how this whole thing just started because I started analyzing the story up to this point in PSO2, where we are right now. And that went on this whole thing because I started comparing it to FF14's story, and then we started talking about MMOs in general. We went right off the fucking rails. We saw the opening cutscene for episode 6 and then just went right off the rails. I guess that's all they're pretty much just to say about it. About everything. That's all good, Pizza Mate. I'm just trying to make sure I got all my thoughts out there before I wrap up the stream, so. I mean, Dole Whip sounds delicious. Can I have some? I am going back to PSO2 finally. I am mildly disappointed that the background just went back to this generic thing. The generic ARCS logo in the background for episode 6. Like, this is the final episode of the story, and we're going back to this instead of like the little cool summoning circle we had for episode 5. Like, what the hell, man? Or the sorcerer's circle or whatever. Sorcerer's circle, I think it's called. Do you have 3 more cups? Pass me some. We're gonna eat. Alright, folks. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I was planning to do a little bit more of PSO2, but we got derailed into all that MMO discussion, which I don't mind. I think I had a lot of things I wanted to say about all the games. We had a good discussion here with Pizza Made Atlantis. So... Oh, I mean, yeah, I was planning to do that, Pizza. I'll watch the anime after I finish the story, yeah. I was always planning on doing that because I just didn't want to... I wanted to avoid spoilers. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch the animes after... Because I heard there's 2, right? There's one anime that ties into episode 4, which you were supposed to... I was supposed to be watching apparently while I was playing episode 4. But then there's another one that's just about the whole story in general. Can you send me, if you don't mind... Not right now, when you have time, but can you send me, like, the names so I know what to look for, or... So I know which one's which, so I don't watch the wrong one first? Alright, cool. Thank you, Pizza Made. Whew, enjoy that Dole Whip. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up because I gotta go to sleep. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. For those of you who stuck around for this entire MMO discussion, thank you. For everyone else who was just here for the PSO2 story, I'm sorry things kind of went off the rails, but it happens sometimes. We've had streams of this game where we just kind of fuck around and do other things. Like I did the Tokyo bonus keys and everything else. It is what it is. Thank you for the stream and the adventures. Thank you very much for joining me, Pizza Made Atlantis. I appreciate it. Maiden of Pizza, Sir Atlantis. How did I can't remember how we were trying to come up with how to do formal greetings. Maiden of Pie, or what did you... Something like that. What was Atlantis? You said Miss Maiden of Pie or something? I can't remember what we were trying to come up with, like, really formal greetings for everybody. Pizza Mate's shaking her head. I better quit while I'm ahead. Alright, so Maiden of the Pizza Pie, there it is. Oh, Maiden of the Pizza Pie, thank you very much for joining me on this adventure. You have a title in real life? You want to share it? A Baroness, okay. The Baroness Pizza Maid. Baroness Maiden of the Pizza Pie. And Sir Lantis Greyfield. Lantis of the Greyfield. Leon of the Crests of Stars. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate the support across all platforms. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. Until don't die. Stay safe, take care, and until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, and I will see you all then. Peace. And don't forget, tomorrow we're coming back with some Affinia because of 1.5 times EXP week. So we will pick up this game, PSO2, next week. Next Saturday. Or, well, no. Next Monday. The Monday after next. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, this next week, starting tomorrow, is back to the Affinia grind. King Leon of Star's Crest. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Bye, everybody.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Oh shit. Here we go again.